Hello and welcome to Saturday Basketball. And the basketball gods have rained down on us because Michael Jordan has returned to the NBA. He's sporting a new number and he's a little rusty, but in a couple of weeks' time, Courtside Countdown will be full of Michael Jordan highlights. Our game of the week is between the Pacers and the Bulls, but first it's NBA action, unfortunately without the voice of Jim Fagan. But Action Reel features the Rockets and the Supersonics, and Dana Barros is on fire, so don't go away because this is the NBA.
Penny Hardaway. Oh, yes! Magnificent tonight. Kukoc for the win. Makambo embraces the ball. Hakeem Olajuwon taken away. Payton for the Rain Man. Oh, by
the Admiral. We begin this week's Action Reel with the return of Michael Jordan. After evading the media all week, Jordan finally made the announcement everyone has been waiting for.
We'd all love to win a championship. It's still not going to resolve the issue and the problems that we have as a basketball team. Retrieving the ball, getting rebounds, and playing defense. That's still a problem. We're going to get some scoring, I'll tell you that, though.
I got 3 words. Thank you, baseball. Go ahead.
If I were a two-guard in the league, I would start worrying because the Tasmanian devil is back.
He scripted this whole situation. So he's not going to come back unless he's going to come back with a bang and he's looking good. You can believe that.
Michael Jordan today comes back not just to play, but again, aiming to be the best.
Jordan and the Bulls will look to dethrone the defending champion Houston Rockets, a team that has been playing mediocre basketball since the acquisition of Clyde Drexler.
We took a dip, went through a very tough period. Had some team meetings, very good communication, and I feel for the last couple of weeks now we have been headed in the right direction.
Against Philadelphia, the Rockets exploded by scoring their season-high 136 points. Kenny Smith, who's been unstoppable of late, hit 5 3-pointers, while Drexler led 8 players in double figures with 26.
You take it, my friend. By slamma-jamma at its best.
Bill Blair's Minnesota Timberwolves had upset the Rockets twice this year, but Houston wasn't going to let that happen again. Sparked by the return of Carl Herrera from injury, the Rockets appear to be gaining momentum heading into the playoffs.
Well, we're hoping we can get a home court advantage in the first round. It'll be tough to catch San Antonio, Phoenix, and Utah, but we know what we can do, and we just want to get the home court advantage in the first round.
On Sunday, Herrera made his first start alongside fellow University of Houston alums Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler, and once again, Houston came out victorious.
Rudy Tomjanovich's team wins its 5th straight.
The Seattle Supersonics were another team who'd been struggling since the All-Star break. Like Houston, the Sonics righted themselves, thanks in large part to Detlef Schrempf, who's been hitting 3-pointers on a record pace.
Over to Schrempf for a 3. Got it! Yes, indeed!
Seattle held Boston to just 34% shooting and coasted to a 20-point win. Next, Miami came to town and coach Alvin Gentry was left scratching his head as Irvin Johnson paced Seattle's attack.
Drop past the Gary, ahead to Irvin, has a step to the glass, scores it, he's fouled and will go to the line.
The stingy Sonics defense allowed just 78 points as they registered their 4th straight win, outscoring their opponents by an average of 24 per game. Against Detroit, Schrempf was again deadly from downtown, raising his average to 69% over his last 14 games.
Detlef was very good. Gary had a spurt early in, I think, the 4th quarter. Irvin was solid. You know, it was good to see him play a special game.
Now, one of the league's most inspiring young players is holding court. At LSU, Chris Jackson established himself as one of the top college guards. By the time he entered the NBA, he seemed ready for the challenge.
You know, this is like a dream come true, and I'm just glad that they picked me, and I'm going to do whatever I can to please them.
But his dream come true quickly became a nightmare as he struggled beneath the weight of superstar expectations.
Chris Jackson denied, rejected by Eldon Campbell.
Each game was a struggle, and Jackson's career seemed destined for anonymity. Out of shape and demoralized, Jackson found himself on the bench, and whispers of a wasted draft pick began to haunt him. But Jackson wasn't a stranger to adversity. Since childhood, he suffered with a nervous disorder called Tourette syndrome.
Tourette's helped me as a person and as a basketball player to understand what it is that I need to do and must do to persevere.
Now at a crossroads, Jackson would need every bit of his emotional strength and resilience to revive what was slowly becoming a failing career. It would take a defining moment to begin the turnaround.
One of my friends, we went to the store one night, and he picked up an article, and it said something, I was a bust, that I didn't supposed to be in the NBA, and it hurt me. And I just looked at him and I said, from now on, I'm not playing anymore. I'm taking this serious.
Jackson now approached the game with renewed vigor and gritty determination. What followed was one of the greatest improvements that the NBA has ever witnessed.
Chris Jackson on fire! Oh, man! And it is now bedlam here at McNichols Arena. They have cued in to the new Chris Jackson.
Now fulfilling his great promise, Jackson would capture the NBA's Most Improved Player award. And completing the dramatic change in his life, he would become a Muslim and change his name to Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Coast to coast, Rauf, and a beauty!
A lot of things that I went through as far as first 2 years in the NBA, a lot of the problems that I was having. I think it put things in perspective and made me appreciate more what it is that I have and what I had to go through to get it.
Now firmly established as one of the league's rising stars, this multifaceted player will look to improve upon last season's surprise trip to the Western Conference semifinals and look to elevate this Nuggets team to an even higher ground.
Rauf takes the shot. He drains it! It's tied with 1.3 remaining! Now that was beautiful.
Rauf and his teammates were involved in one of the most exciting finishes in basketball history, and in NBA stories, we relive an incredible Nuggets comeback. Trailing by 8 points with only 29 seconds left, Denver made their move.
Back to Rodgers. It's a three-pointer, and it's good. Rodney with his second long range. They get the D now, get a steal. Oh, yeah, they got the steal. Stolen by Robert Pack. 27 seconds left to Rodgers for three. He makes another one. Unbelievable. Jazz lead by 2 points. Inbound to Stockton. A steal for Pack. Rodney's got it back. He shoots at Jay in the corner. Good! It's good! Can you believe that?
I never had a moment like that where, you know, it depended on the game. It's easy when you're around the hoop to put it in, but when you're 20, 21, 22 feet away, it's kind of difficult.
At a time when it looked like the game was just over, there's kind of a spark of light. He came down, he just made a three, and we thought it was just routine. When we took the ball out, they turned it over, and he shot another three. And then they threw it back in again. Somehow we got a tip, Packed through it to Rodney. Rodney fading out in the corner area, knocks down another three. So we're like, yeah, we got a chance.
Unbelievable! I've never seen anything like this. The Nuggets lead by 1.
Despite Rodney's heroic effort, Utah's Jeff Malone connected on a baseline jumper to give his team the win.
Just something you never see. It was almost like it couldn't happen, like a dream or something. But it was just a huge deal for them. We were fortunate to come out with a win.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. You got to see that's how I dream to be. I dream I move, I dream I groove like Mike. If I could be like Mike, oh, if I could be like Mike, if I could be like Mike, be like Mike, be like Mike, be like Mike. Yeah, I try to be to fly. Just one day, if I could be that way. I dream I move, I dream I groove like Mike. If I could be like Mike, I'm gonna be like Mike. If I could be like Mike, be like Mike. If I could be like Mike, be like.
Now there's a soap made with a blend of nature's ingredients that feels completely different on your skin. New Palmolive, extra nourishing with vitamin E, extra conditioning with aloe vera, and extra softening with peach kernel oil. So if you really want to feel the difference between one soap and another, use New Palmolive, the natural way to that feeling of soft, smooth skin.
The Masters Display Home Expo. You know, there's something for you at the Masters. Why not come out and experience it for yourself? Corner of Elizabeth Drive and Cowpasture Road, Cecil Hills.
The Masters.
For the best price and 2-pack paint enamel respray, just say One Day Auto Paint. From $699 or 6 months interest-free finance, just say One Day Auto Paint. For rust repairs and pink slips, come to One Day Auto Paint. 146 Silverwater Road, Silverwater.
They're coming at you, you ready, y'all? This year's clear NBA basketball. The front foil stands for 6 different shades. UV coating both sides, premium grade, plus color enhanced photos, the hottest around. Can you dig what we're going down? If you think inserts are cool, Jack, Clear Basketball's got one in every pack. 9 different sets, you love what you see. Boy, now you're talking quality. Look out for hot packs with nothing but insert cards, Holmes.
2 o'clock Sunday. The men and women are all set to fight it out from Darling Harbour. It's a race that's destined to be a cliffhanger, and for some, it's the final chance for victory. Catch all the adrenaline-pumping action of the final round of the Triathlon Grand Prix Sunday.
Welcome back to NBA action.
Another three-point specialist, Dana Barros, was on fire this week as he put on a spectacular shooting display at the Spectrum in Philadelphia against the visiting Houston Rockets.
Barros to pick from Bradley. Dana for 2, and Barros is hot here in the first.
It was just one of those days, one of those things, you know. It just seemed like everything came so easy for me that night.
Barros for 3. Yeah! Everything that Dana's throwing up tonight is going in.
Little simple things that usually don't mean much seem like would get me wide open, you know, like faking one way, the guy would go 10 feet over that way and I was wide open.
Much to the delight of the Philly faithful, Barros frustrated a normally stingy Rocket defense as he shot over 80% from the field and nailed 6 3-pointers. There was no question that this was his night.
Dana for the career high, yes!
Once I had 40, I hit another 3 and I really went for 50 from that point.
Here they go, Barros for 50, yes! 50 points for Dana Barros.
I tried to make that day last, you know, as long as possible and stretch it out. You know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I don't think I'll ever experience anything like that again.
And here comes Dana Barros, the career high 50.
Now, Clip is definitely cooking, but in NBA Encore, these guys are making some of their own sweet dishes. Now, does anyone pass better on the break than the Sonics? How about Tim Hardaway?
Slicing through. Oh, what a feed to Gatlin.
Just watch Juwan Howard leave this gift for his good buddy Chris.
Howard goes, whoa! What a pass by Juwan Howard.
Hornacek showed it. Look at a wraparound. Antoine Carr with the exclamation point.
Hey, those passes were nice, but let's see some guys take it strong to the rack. And nobody does that better than the one and only Shaq.
He'll beat Jack. He'll stuff it home. And there is continuation on that play, baby.
Dunk West brings new meaning to dunking on someone's head. And hey, Eric Mobley, you should have stayed in bed.
5-on-3. Hornet Johnson on Mobley. Hello. Whoa.
LJ has won hard charging Hornet, but their point guard causes a little Muggsy mayhem every night.
A steal by Burrell.
And Curry wasn't looking. All loose at midcourt. Who's going to get this thing?
Curry gets it. Marley comes back. Moss has it.
Great play. And Muggsy smiling. Great steal.
Curry for 3. Yeah.
Way to finish.
That was wild, but you haven't seen anything till you've been to the block party. Sean Rook should know better than crossing the lane against the Admiral, and Chris Webber is back with his sweet swat.
Barkley keeps it alive. Rejected by Anderson.
Hardaway now works on Jackson, backs him in. Quick move to the hole. Rejected Smith.
Now, defense isn't what it's all about, so let's see some guys twist and shout. Penny got rejected at the block party, but he's made a rim-rocking recovery. And check out this wild child, the Nets' Chris Childs.
He drives in deep. He goes underneath. He's with... I've never seen him do that.
This week we take an inside look at what it takes to hit the clutch shot. It's every athlete's fantasy. The clock is winding down, and an NBA championship is on the line.
Goes to Pippen. Pippen breaks inside. Pippen got the snap. They go to Grant. The Paxson. Paxson going for the win. Here's Paxson for 3. Paxson. Yes! It's the 3. John Paxson nails a 3.
You know, when it left my hands, I thought it was good. It felt great.
To have your number called in that crucial moment is the ultimate compliment.
Here comes Andy Marley. He turns and shoots. That'll win the game.
And then have the coach call you a player, and then have your teammates have confidence in you being able to make that shot. It feels really good.
Now Milwaukee will play it for one with a shot at a win. A three-try by Baker. Good! Holy cow.
But it is an excruciating amount of pressure, and there's not always a happy ending.
Starks for three, came up short. That will go to a seventh and decisive game.
You're in a position to either be the hero or the GOAT. And, you know, it lies in your hand.
Here's Pippen for three. Yes! Again, Scottie Pippen has hit the big shot.
I think it takes a special person to take a shot at the end of the game.
You can feel the drama and the pressure of these final minutes. To Person, left corner shot, Person, good with 2 seconds left. Indiana leads by one.
But the way I look at it is the fact that I'm going to make it. Every time I take it, it's going to go in.
Person, screen by Robinson, leans in and got it! He got it!
I look at myself as a clutch player. I like the pressure. When the game is on the line, I want the ball. I'm saying to myself, I can hit this shot.
Anderson is open. Look out! Yes, sir. He makes a long three.
A lot of guys don't want the ball in that situation, and you know it's always the guy who wants to try to get it to because you know he's hungry.
Barrow should know he's bailed the Sixers out of more than one tight spot.
Jeff made a perfect pass, and I jumped up and caught the ball in the air. I wasn't planning to shoot in the air, just the way it happened. I ended up making the shot.
I think the most joy you get is your teammates, hugging you, and the crowd is into it, and you know that you made, a big shot.
One last chance for the Kings. Gets it back to Mitch. Rhythm dribble, three ball up. Good! It's good! The ball game's over.
Well, it's funny, no matter how many game winners you miss, it's the ones you make you seem to remember. One thing you can't miss is Shaquille O'Neal's shoes, an amazing size 20. And if you'd like to win a pair of Shaq shoes, this is all you have to do.
All right, gentlemen, let's have some big clean basketball.
This is Shaq versus Shaq. And by watching out for these Reebok commercials, you could win a trip or two to Orlando to see Shaq play in person. And you and your friend will be wearing the latest in Reebok gear.
Once again, there's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
How can you be a lucky fan too? Answer a simple question and you'll go into the draw. Each week we'll be giving away one of these great Reebok Shaq Sacks and a pair of Shaq shoes. Dial 0055 60625 and answer this question. So dial 0055 60625 now. You could be a winner just like these Shaq Sack winners from last week.
I bought something new for tonight, George. Now tell me the truth, because I can always take it back. So, what do you think?
Wow, that's pretty schmick. Where did you get that? I mean, I like your old one, but...
Oh, George.
Yeah, that's really different. Oh, get up, you big wuss.
Things have a new pack. They're not as thick as some.
Tonight, share a filmmaker's passion for the hidden life underwater. Explore the extraordinary history of the tombs of the pharaohs and Germany's U-boat attack on America.
It was a far greater disaster than was Pearl Harbor.
All on National Geographic Explorer.
Aye, man. Hey, you know afternoon tea is now very cool. Oasis also come in iced teas made with natural fruit juice. Only problem is, now we're drinking our tea cool. What we're going to do with our tea coolers is... Good idea, man.
The Masters Display Home Expo. You know, there's something for you at the Masters. Why not come out and experience it for yourself? Corner of Elizabeth Drive and Cowpasture Road, Cecil Hill.
The Masters.
Sydney is running out of landfill areas for rubbish.
What you mightn't know is that over 20% of the problem is garden and wood waste. But there is a solution. Compost your garden waste at home or separate it from other rubbish. Bring it into your local waste management centre. It'll be turned into compost and reused on Sydney's gardens. So become a sorter and help us clean up Sydney.
Vaseline Intensive Care Skin Science Update.
This device measures ultraviolet radiation. It shows that even on cloudy days, the sun's dangerous rays can cause irreversible damage to your skin.
Vaseline Intensive Care SPF 15+ is a daily moisturiser with a sunscreen that helps protect your skin against harmful UV rays.
You can't reverse the sun's damage, but you can help prevent it.
From intensive research comes Vaseline Intensive Care.
It's Fleet's out the door sale. Wilson Graphite, $89. Badminton and squash rackets out the door. Coming this month for a free restring. It's Fleet's out the door sale. Not me. Fleet's 154, Parramatta Road, Ashfield.
Marina Prior's preview of West Side Story and special effects.
It's sort of like walking onto the Starship Enterprise.
Fine-tune your fitness, then A Lethal Weapon takes off and play Hide the Antenna. Beyond 2000, 7:30 tonight.
You seen John? Next? Next? You seen John? Have you seen him? Have you seen him? You seen John? I'm gonna kick his.
So what did I miss?
Nothing.
And Michael's back, and the Bulls are loaded with talent, with Scotty, Tony, BJ, and the rest of the Bulls. The question is, how long will it take them to gel as a team? Luke Longley plays quite a few minutes in this game, and he's one of the best passing big men in the league, and I'm sure Michael Jordan will enjoy that. They have a tough opponent in the Pacers, who are currently running hot, and Reggie Miller is one of Jordan's toughest opponents. We go to Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana, for our Game of the Week.
Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, home of Market Square Arena. Reggie Miller and the Pacers are hyped and ready to take on the Chicago Bulls. And so are these excited fans as they cheer on their team. This is the 17th sellout, a franchise record for the Pacers. So let's see if it's Miller time for the Pacers or air time for the Bulls. We take a look at the starting lineups right now. For the Bulls, Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc are the forwards. Will Perdue is the big man in the middle. B.J. Armstrong and the returning Michael Jordan are at the guards. For the Pacers, Dale Davis and Derek McKee are the forwards. Rick Smits is the center, and Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller are the guards. Larry Brown is in his second year as head coach for the Pacers, and Phil Jackson is in his 6th year as head coach for the Bulls. We pick up the action, 10:20 left in the first quarter. The score, 2-0 Indiana.
Get the idea that the Bulls are a little rattled here at the start as Bulls over here all the way.
Well, there's no question the Bulls are tight right now, despite the fact they're running the very familiar triangle offense. Michael has played with 4 of those players out on the floor, but nothing is very smooth like this second.
Kukoc try to get the step, rejected. Recovered by Kukoc and rebounded by Davis. 4-0 Pacers with 2.5 gone by. Smits could not handle the pass, and it will be Chicago ball.
Well, Larry Brown wants his wing players, Derek McKee, and this man, Reggie Miller, to get out as quickly as possible to take some pressure off that half-court offense. The Pacers are a good rebounding team. They must take advantage of it by getting their fast breaks.
Well, the Bulls hold for their first 5. Reggie Miller guarding Michael Jordan. B.J. Armstrong. Shot clock at 5. Armstrong for Perdue. Make it 0-for-6 here at the start for Chicago. McKee saw the opening. Pass to Miller, and a foul is called. Reggie Miller will go to the line.
Well, to compound the problem for the Bulls, who are running their offense somewhat patiently, you got to give some credit, a lot of credit to the Indiana defense by forcing a couple of tough shots and misses. But the Chicago Bulls transition defense very sluggish right now, and the Pacers are taking advantage of it.
In Indiana Pacers Friday night here at Market Square beat Orlando 107-97. They have won 2 straight over Milwaukee and Orlando. This following the successful West Coast swing. They won 5 of their last 6 overall. They've had big wins on that recent road trip at San Antonio and at Phoenix. While Chicago Friday night at home beat Milwaukee. Bulls coming back from a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit for the Bulls. A rare fourth-quarter comeback. That has been their problem, in particular in the third quarter. Here's Pippen. Got the step. Equal count and the foul.
Interesting that time, Marv. The Bulls came down and spread their offense even further out to try to stretch that defense to get some driving scenes. Here, the quick give and go from Purdue to Scottie Pippen. Got a favorable whistle there on the continuation as the Bulls have been dying to get on the board.
Eric McKee was called on the foul, so Chicago with its first field goal. They missed their opening 6 shots. 6-2, Indiana. Third meeting of the season between these two clubs. They split the previous 2. Reggie Miller. And that is career three-pointer number 999 for Reggie. 9-2, Indiana. Kukoc from deep. And back comes McKee. Eric McKee delivers to Al Davis. And a 3-second violation ball.
Lane violation. Well, Reggie Miller open on this rotation because of the double team on Rick Smith's side. The little man, B.J. Armstrong, went down the double team and left the opening as Reggie needing one more.
Yes, looking for number 1,000. Chicago opening 1 for 8. And the crowd receiving a bonus. This was a sellout over the last couple of weeks, but the bonus, the eagerly anticipated comeback of Michael Jordan, who has missed his first 2 shots. 4 minutes have gone by, and the Pacers lead 9-2. Jordan now posting up. Jordan with the turnaround. Making 0 for 3 for Michael. Getting good shots, but not able to hit. And the Bulls are 1 for their first 9. Mark Jackson setting it against B.J. Armstrong. Defensively, Jordan remaining on Miller. Purdue jumping out, but could not hold on. It will be Indiana ball with 6 on the shot clock.
The Bulls coming out of the timeout and going to a post-up for Michael Jordan to see if they can't get him inside or get fouled. He's probably not going to get fouled on too many fadeaways. Michael, I have a feeling, is going to start taking the ball to the hoop.
Wonderful setup from Jackson. Mark Jackson for Dale Davis, and the Pacers lead 11-2. Here is Pippen coming up short and hearing it.
Well, Phil Jackson's biggest fear at the beginning of this ballgame is that everybody would just be out of sync. There's just no way to recreate what Michael was able to do in 3.5 practices under game conditions.
Dick Bavetta with the indication that Kukoc had touched it out of bounds. This, of course, the first time that Tony Kukoc has been on the same floor with Michael Jordan in league competition. Shot clock at 8. Miller from way downtown. Davis gets inside. So Chicago continues to have difficulties off the board. Davis, 5 rebounds, 2 block shots, along with 4 points, and it's a 13-2 Indiana lead. 6:35 remaining in this opening quarter. Jordan fires. Rebound Smith. So Michael has missed his first 4.
And all of those shots are hitting the front rim, an indication that the legs are a little tired.
Reggie Miller going around Michael Jordan, but coming up short on the reverse, and a foul is called on the Pacers. It's on Smith, and that is his first.
With Rick Smith's call for the foul, let's go to the Charlotte Coliseum and see if the Hornets can snap a 2-game losing streak against the Suns. Charles Barkley leads the Phoenix Suns into the Hive in Charlotte against the powerful Hornets. And Larry Johnson was ready to defend his home court.
Here comes Barkley, rejected by Larry Johnson. That was personal. Here's Johnson back to finish, and Alonso will get it done.
But Charles Barkley wouldn't be intimidated as he took control of the game. First, this offensive rebound on the putback. And he shows he can run the floor on this Elliott Perry steal.
And there's Perry with another steal. Perry gives to Barkley. You know, that's what this team likes about him.
Finally, he gives the Suns a 20-point halftime lead.
Barkley for three, and that was the closing touch on the first half.
But it was Charlotte's floor general Muggsy Bogues who led a vicious second-half comeback with his speed and hustle, and he shows his quickness on this transition layup. No wonder they call them the Charlotte Hornets. They are as pesky as bugs. Take a look at this.
All loose at midcourt. Who's going to get this thing? Curry gets it. Marley comes back. Ball has it. Great play. Muggsy smiling. Great steal. Curry for three. Way to finish. Look at Muggsy Bogues.
Then Alonzo Mourning found Hersey Hawkins to tie the game at 105.
Hawkins outside for three to tie. Got it.
Big basket, Hersey Hawkins.
But Sir Charles would have the last say.
7 to play. Barkley for three. What a huge shot for Charles Barkley.
What a clutch play by Sir Charles. Phoenix with a win. We're back at Market Square Arena. 3:55 left in the first quarter. The Pacers lead it 15-7.
Beating Jackson. He changes his mind and a beautiful look.
Again, Mark Jackson wide open. He has been playing so much better since the Davises have come back and made a big difference in the Pacer ball club. His game has picked up as well, especially in the assist-to-turnover area.
Pippen. On the back tap taken by Purdue. Jordan gave up the shot to beat Scottie Pippen.
And Michael knows that he's about to come out. He sees Pete Myers waiting to check in as Phil Jackson gave Michael a good 8-minute run. I think he was a little upset at a defensive sequence between Michael and Pippen about a minute or so ago, but Michael was due to come out anyway.
Jackson has 5 assists in this opening quarter. Miller. Miller. 20-9, Indiana. Yes, the question is certainly stamina for Michael Jordan. Jordan for Purdue, who is fouled. Double teamed by Jackson and Smits. Foul is called on Jackson. 2:59 remaining in this first quarter. We'll be right back. Byron Scott and kept alive by Antonio Davis. We come up on 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Dale Davis from the outside. Davis tried to sweep in for the rebound and a foul call. Foul on Longley. It puts the Bulls over the limit. And Dale Davis, only a 53% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
And the look of concern on Phil Jackson's face right now, not happy at all with what his team is doing at the offensive end, and befuddled even more at the defensive end. Dale Davis, not normally looking for his offense, has tried a couple of post plays there. He took a very off-bound shot, but what he always seems to do is power his way to the offensive glass.
Free throw shooting of Dale Davis among active players. Well, he's unfortunately right there, a dubious distinction behind Chris Dudley and Chris Webber in terms of having his difficulties up the line, but he does hit the second. Phil Jackson here in the first quarter is seeing his greatest fears realized. The Bulls out of sync. Michael Jordan 0 for 5. And Chicago just having a very difficult time getting off. Making the adjustment with the return of Jordan. Armstrong hits the three. And the Pacers now lead 21-13.
Interesting matchup now with B.J. Armstrong guarding the perimeter, Byron Scott, and Pete Myers guarding the ball handler and post player, post point guard, in Brent Fleming.
Armstrong on the move, and he's hit on a reach-in.
B.J. Armstrong was fouled by Byron Scott. B.J., one of the best in the business from the free throw line. Let's see if he can nail both to pull the Bulls within 6 points.
Scottie Pippen had the big shot on Friday. A three-point play off a soaring jam with 3 seconds left. Won it for Chicago. Pippen at 27 points, 11 rebounds, 8 steals, and 6 assists. Final seconds of the first quarter. The pass intended for Ferrell just came on. And Scott checking the clock. Too late. That is the end of the first quarter.
Going to school with Michael Jordan. Required classes. Physics.
Vertical leap times acceleration equals thirst.
Speech.
Get him. Give him.
Physiology. Learn the thirst-quenching effects of Gatorade. Now that you've done your homework...
You got game. You got game. You got no game.
Excuse me? This is Green Day. Longview. Basket case. When I come around. Punk rock, smelly sun. Dookie, the album. Get it or get lost.
Travellers once went to airports, Hong Kong or Singapore for the best duty-free deals. But now they're heading for a city where you'll find the Pentax SPO 120 with 38 to 120 power zoom lens, panorama and red-eye reduction for $399 duty-free. Save $170. So what's the best city for duty-free? This city. City International Duty-Free.
Australia's #1 duty-free store.
Vaseline Intensive Care Skin Science Update.
This device measures ultraviolet radiation. It shows that even on cloudy days, the sun's dangerous rays can cause irreversible damage to your skin.
Vaseline Intensive Care SPF 15+ is a daily moisturizer with a sunscreen that helps protect your skin against harmful UV rays.
You can't reverse the sun's damage, but you can help prevent it.
From intensive research comes Vaseline Intensive Care.
Welcome to the Fleer Ultra Basketball Factory Tour. This year, we're putting foil stamping on both sides. Plus, triple the action on our all-new 3-photo backs. Fasten your seatbelt. Whoa! There's UV coating on both sides, too. And we're in your face with incredible inserts featuring superstars and hot rookies. There's one insert card in every pack. 94-95 Fleer Ultra NBA Basketball. Better than ever.
Wednesday.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
In the mad rush for the new Malibu Stacy doll.
Running, we're almost there.
It's every girl for herself. It's war on an all-new Simpsons. Then it's Broadway nanny style. There's the director.
You're not a flower, you're a fungus.
The actors.
Work with that man.
And the critics.
Where are all the great child actors when you need them?
Romping 7-Eleven.
The stage is set on The Nanny right after The Simpsons, Wednesday on 10.
Basketball nets have it rough. Just hanging there, all vulnerable, no one to protect them. When I play defense, I do whatever it takes to save basketball nets from unnecessary wear and tear. On offense, I'm not quite so sensitive.
We're back in Indianapolis. The Pacers leading the Bulls 31-21, 11:15 to go, second quarter.
Fleming for Mitchell. Smits. Pacers with their biggest lead of the game.
Amazing touch for Rick Smith. Not only can he do it inside with little hooks and little jumpers in the lane, he can step out to 17 feet very nicely.
Jordan trying to give it up, although that might have been called in the act.
Well, Rick Smith's very comfortable when he steps out to the perimeter, and it's very difficult for centers to get the feeling and realize that he's going to be able to spot up from 17 feet as Michael finds a seam. and desperately trying to get on the scoreboard here just to get that out of the way.
Smith's on the foul. His second here is Jordan. And still looking for his first point. 0 for 6 from the field. 0 for 1 from the line. And now hearing it from the crowd. Well, this might not be the way Michael Jordan envisioned putting up his first point, but he will take it. And the Pacers now lead 33-22. Miller coming off the screen, played by Jordan. Mark Jackson back on the floor, and this call away from the ball. And the foul against the ball. It's on Kukoc, his second.
3 team fouls on the Bulls.
Tony Kukoc onside here, getting all tangled up, trying to get through a screen there. That's not the way to do it, trying to go right through the chest of Reggie Miller.
Indiana by 11, 7.5 remaining in this first half. Rick Smits. Now he put the move on Will Perdue, who was checked in for Luke Longley. Michael Jordan using the screen, met by Smits. Getting it to Perdue. Perdue's pass broken up by Mitchell with 8 on the shot clock.
Michael realizing himself that he's pounding the ball a little bit too much right now, looking very hard to create some things and probably thinking too much out there right now. He's going to have a couple of things happen where he can just relax and play.
And Pippen has it knocked away. Good hands by McKee. 6 remaining on the 24th. Crowd wanted the call against Chicago. Scottie Pippen coming up short with a new 24 for the ball. Kerr and Jordan now in the backcourt with Perdue, Pippen, and Kukoc. Backcourt flip. But Dick Perdue with the call against the Pacers.
Nice job, excuse me, Bob. Nice job of Steve Kerr patiently waiting for the offense to develop with a little flash up by Will Perdue and a nice cut by Scottie Pippen. Here Pippen coming off, who has been aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. And this is how the Bulls will start to get more free throws. They are one of the teams in the league shoots very few free throws, only 25 a game, making 18, which is really hard for their team right now to score, because that's that hidden way to score points and another way to enable them to get up and pressure defensively.
The foul on Smits, his second, and the Pacers now lead 33-24. Mark Jackson calling out the play. Miller off the screen, met by Jordan. Michael getting more aggressive defensively. Open shot for Mitchell. Indiana leads by 11. Jordan using the pick. And an offensive foul is called as Will Perdue was on the move and setting that pick.
Scottie Pippen took that ball hard to the basket. Got banged by a couple of Pacers and hurt his wrist on the play. Was shaking it for a while there as he's communicating with Tony Kukoc, as Scottie holding on to that wrist as he banged it hard on that left-hand layup attempt.
Here's Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson with his first field goal to go along with 5 assists. Indiana 37, Chicago 24. First stop by Jackson. And Jordan resets. Now picked up on a switch by McKee. Kerr for 3. And a loose ball foul. It's on the Pacers. It's on Mitchell. Indiana is over the limit.
Will Perdue went to the line, missed both free throws. The score, 37-24 Indiana. 5:20 left in the first half. Here's Marv Albert and Matt Kukoc.
And rebounded by Dale Davis. Davis. Jackson passing on the three. Dale Davis has 10 rebounds. Just under 5 minutes remaining first half. Antonio Davis rejected by Will Perdue. Kept alive. McKee off the boards. Oh, you know, that's driving the Chicago coaching staff crazy. You cannot get that many opportunities. The Bulls rebounding problems continue. Perdue. And rebounded by, yes, Dale Davis.
And they are absolutely and thoroughly dominating both backboards.
Jordan got picked off. Miller fires. Yes. Indiana lead, and Chicago wants to talk it over. On the floor, Pacers with a 15-3 advantage. Jordan still looking for his first field goal. And there it is. Michael Jordan, after missing his first 6 shots, able to connect. He has only 3 points.
Well, here it is, the first time the Chicago Bulls just went flat-out isolation for Michael. Reggie Miller, knowing that Jordan has been struggling from the field, did the wise thing and got off him because he knew Michael was thinking possible drive here, gave him the jumper, and Michael finally nails one.
At the other end, Jordan called for the foul. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this first half. McKee, feeling the contact, went to the hook. Pippen lost it. Ball slipped out of his hands. Pacers 42, the Bulls 26. Nice idea. Antonio Davis cutting, lost his man with the pass off the mark. Here is Armstrong for 3. E.J. Armstrong with his 3rd from downtown. It's a 13-point Indiana lead.
Well, Larry Brown has been happy with the play of Mark Jackson of late. Not happy with that particular pass, however.
Antonio Davis had it knocked away, but recovered. Shot clock at 4. Jackson for Davis. It's a 24-second violation or a foul call. Let's see. Dick Pavetta says foul on the play.
Antonio Davis made 1 of 2 free throws. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan were also fouled. Pippen hit 1 of 2 and Jordan nailed both. 1:50 remaining in the first half.
Here comes Armstrong delivering to Myers. Rejected by Scott, and a foul is called.
Pete Myers banged in his first free throw. Let's see if he can nail the second.
Indiana now leading by 10. They've led by as many as 18. Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Workman made by Armstrong. Workman with the step. Rebound, Dale Davis. He has been the story in the first half. 7 points and 14 rebounds for Dale Davis.
Well, Dale missed 8 games with those shoulder problems. We say he's back, but he's really not back at 100%, but having an outstanding day.
Michael Jordan. And Indiana now leads 45-35. So Jordan with a second field goal. He's 2 of 8. He has 7 points. 50 seconds left in the half. Foul is called on Myers.
Michael's starting to warm up right now, feeling a little bit better that he's knocked a couple of shots down and a couple of free throws, taking it hard to his left and getting in the air quickly over Reggie Miller. Not that Reggie knew that much about it, but Reggie finds himself back at the free throw line. One of the more frequent visitors for a guard. Shoots about between 6 and 7 a game.
Reggie now 3 of 3 in the first half. From the foul line, he has 14 points in all. Tony Kukoc is back, replacing Corey Blunt. Tony Kukoc not able to get off. He's had 2 excellent shooting games against the Pacers. Tony Kukoc with an 11 for 15 and an 11 for 19 in the 2 previous games. 45 seconds to go in the half, and it's Indiana by 12. Kukoc from Pippen, and for Tony, that is his first field goal. Indiana by 10. Here's some pressure being shown by Chicago. Good defensive sequence by the Bulls as Jordan knocked it away. Running on a crossover. And it will be Chicago ball.
Well, Johnny Bach not getting a chance to watch us today as he's coaching the Charlotte Hornets, but that's what he used to call unleashing the Dobermans. When Pip and Jordan, guys like Armstrong, get out there and get very frisky and active, they can cause you a lot of problems.
Final seconds, first half. Jordan with the jumper. The tip missed. And that will do it. Dale Davis with his 15th rebound. Michael Jordan missed his first 6 shots. He finishes the first half 2 for 9 from the field.
Man, that's Grant Hill. Grant Hill drinks Sprite? Grant Hill drinks Sprite.
If you want to make it to the NBA, practice. If you want a refreshing drink, obey your thirst. Sprite.
Only those with superhuman ability may enter my court. I got next. Dare to continue.
Now there's a soap made with a blend of nature's ingredients that feels completely different on your skin. New Palmolive. Extra nourishing with vitamin E. Extra conditioning with aloe vera. And extra softening with peach kernel oil. So if you really want to feel the difference between one soap and another, use New Palmolive. The natural way to that feeling of soft, smooth skin.
Now available, the ultimate Eclipse opening roof. At the touch of a button, the solid aluminium louvers rotate to control the weather for sun, shade and rain protection. Eclipse's slim, attractive lines can be designed to fit almost any outdoor area or be installed into your existing awning. The Eclipse can be screened or glassed in to create the perfect oasis for you and your family. Phone now 008 679 222 for your free Eclipse brochure or quote. Phone Eclipse now 008 679 222.
This is Oasis. The refreshing fruit drinks nice tea is made with natural fruit juice. They say one drink and you escape to a tropical oasis. Aye, man. It works.
I bought something new for tonight, George. Now tell me the truth, because I can always take it back. So, what do you think?
Wow, that's pretty schmick. Where did you get that? I mean, I like your old one, but...
Oh, George.
Yeah, that's really different. Oh, get up, you big wuss.
Things have a new pack. They're not as thick as some.
Hope you're enjoying this program, which is brought to you by Gatorade. Thirst quencher for that deep down body thirst.
Well, Jordan's back. Let's see if he and the Bulls can squeeze a win out over the Pacers. 50-42 Indiana. 8:45 left in the third.
Jackson met by the double team as Jordan comes over to help. Oh, Jordan swiped it from Smits. Michael Jordan with the steal. Jordan. Welcome back, Michael Jordan. McKee gets it. Out of the Michael Jordan highlight package that we've seen time and time again over his career, the steal and then the drive for the bucket. steal. Miller with Pippen back, and Pippen with the foul. Oh, and it's Scottie Pippen with a shove of Reggie Miller.
Good job of Scottie Pippen to hustle back and try to block that shot. Did get a piece of the ball, also got a piece of Reggie Miller, and then they got tangled up, and then a little extra shove. Watch it again. And watch the little extra shove with the left arm by Scottie Pippen after they come down here. And you see the left arm and the push to the back, and we will have a technical foul.
Technical foul assessed on Pippen. Miller will shoot the technical. Indiana 53, Chicago 44. 8:24 remaining in this third quarter. Once again, we'd like to welcome those who've been watching Utah and Charlotte. Marv Albert with Matt Gurkus and Bob Rashad from Market Square Arena. Reggie Miller extending to a 10-point Pacer lead.
Well, we talked earlier in the ballgame that Phil Jackson mentioned that it probably wouldn't be too long before he'd think about making a change in the starting lineup. Nothing against Tony Kukoc, but now with Michael Jordan back, it changes things. So what they need in there is a bigger body, somebody to bang around inside, box out, get some rebounds, play some defense. And Corey Blunt getting the call here in the third quarter. You don't need all of your best offensive players on the floor at the start of the game or the start of the third quarter.
Scottie Pippen setting it up. He has Michael Jordan down low. Miller got a piece of it. Recovered by Purdue. Jackson leads a 3-on-1. Here's Jackson.
And the Indiana Pacers starting to take advantage of every Chicago Bull mistake. Whether it's a block shot, a ball knocked loose, they are just flat out whipping the Bulls down at the other end of the floor.
6 straight points by the Pacers. They lead by 12.
Let's jump ahead in the action with the Pacers leading by 9, 58-49. 7 minutes to go on the third.
5 minutes in, third quarter. Quick release by Reggie Miller. 19 for Reggie. Pacers 60 and the Bulls 49. Huntington setting the pick. Jordan sweeping by but went off the back rim. Recovered by Dal Davis as Rick Smits hit the deck. Jackson. Yes. Well, the Pacers responding to the double team as Mark Jackson was wide open. Jackson with the steal. Jackson behind the back, and he will start it all over again.
Good job by the point guard, Mark Jackson, exploring the fast break, not there. The knowledgeable Indiana fans appreciating that kind of small nuance in half-court basketball. Fast break, not there. Pull it back out, set something up.
Got clock down to 3. McKee. Yes. Indiana with a 15-point lead. Derek McKee with 14 points.
Smits with his fourth personal.
And that is number 4.
2 team fouls on
Rick Smits, who is foul prone. He will sit down. Antonio Davis will come on. Smits departing. And 10 points back in the Pacer lineup. And 7 rebounds.
Once again, we move ahead in the third quarter. The Pacers extend their lead to 14. 4:35 left.
Indiana responding, getting back. Pippen. Yes. Nice move by Scottie Pippen, although the Pacers were able to get back. Chicago was trying to break, and then Pippen got it to a 12-point Indiana advantage. Mark Jackson, the one-time New York Knicks, one-time Los Angeles Clippers, had a solid game. They double up on McKee. Mitchell. Sam Mitchell extends to a 14-point lead.
Now McKee is a tough cover for Scottie Pippen inside. He has a little bit of a height advantage, can shoot over, and that's why the double team came, and McKee smartly got the ball outside to the open Mitchell.
Armstrong beating Jackson on the dribble, and it's Wennington with the slam.
Bill does that about 4 or 5 times a year. When he does it in either old Chicago Stadium, which is no longer, or the new United Center, the crowd goes wild. He just takes a gamble, takes a run at it, and finishes off the play.
Indiana with a 12-point lead. We come up on 3 minutes left in the third. Strong move by Antonio Davis, who also paid for it, and he was fouled. Took a shot in the head.
Well, a running start by Bill Wennington out from about the right elbow area, guessing just right, and the ball coming right off the rim, right where he is able to finish and tomahawk it through.
Wennington called for the foul, sending Davis to the line. A hand for Reggie Miller sitting down. He'll get a rest, leaves with 21 points. Antonio Davis at the free throw line. In his second year out of Texas, El Paso, a second-round draft pick back in 1990. Played in Europe for 3 years, in Italy and Greece, before signing on with Indiana. Michael Jordan now returning. So Michael's certainly getting the playing time. Opened up with 9 minutes in the first quarter. Saw considerable action in the second. 19 minutes in all for the half. 28 minutes thus far for Jordan. Beginning to show some signs. Doing it off the dribble here against Byron Scott. Faced the double team. Got it out to Myers. Pacers 69. The Bulls 58.
It actually turned into a little bit of a triple team, which really opened up the lane for Myers, who made a nice move going to his left.
Now Jordan defensively facing Fleming. Fleming and Scott now in the backcourt. Last touch by Pippen with 11 on the 24. And a timeout being called by Larry Brown.
Back to the land of the Hoosier after the break, but first some results around the league.
Good afternoon. Updating 10 News. The leaders of both political parties have cast their votes in what's expected to be a cliffhanger election in New South Wales. Observers estimate undecided voters will be as high as 20% in some seats, making a quick and clear result most unlikely. Victorian Premier Jeff Kennett says he hasn't seen any letter from a group of doctors claiming to have helped patients to die. But the Right to Life Association says they've broken the law, and it's called on the government to arrest and jail the doctors involved. An historic day in Northern Ireland with the ending of all patrols by British soldiers in Belfast. In future, British troops will only be used for security work in high-risk border areas. And the Rolling Stones arrive in Melbourne for their first Australian concert in more than 20 years. The group's expected to take around $35 million from ticket sales alone. All the details in the 5 o'clock news.
All right, gentlemen, let's have some big clean basketball.
Shaq brings up the ball, passes to Shaq in the corner, feeds it to Shaq in the post, who's got Shaq all over it. Wow, what a matchup this is going to be.
Shaq, get in for Shaq.
B guard, big good-looking guy.
It's rejected. Back the other way. Blocked. Back the other way. Blocked again.
There's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
And at the half, we are tied at 0.
Man, these guys can play. Yeah, no.
Aye, man. Hey, you know afternoon tea is now very cool. Oasis also come in iced teas made with natural fruit juice. Only problem is, now we're drinking our tea cool. What we're going to do with our tea cozy is good idea, man.
Where there's kids, there's dirt. And where there's dirt, there's germs. And the easiest way to get rid of germs is new Soft Wash Antibacterial. Yes, just 1 pump of Soft Wash will kill them dead. The germs, not the kids.
The Masters. With so many great homes by so many different builders, the Masters makes it easy for you to find the perfect new home for your land. Just take a look. There's something for you at the Masters.
Creative kitchens. Superbe.
Beautiful bathrooms.
Magnifique.
The Masters. Why not come out and experience it for yourselves? Corner of Elizabeth Drive and Cowpasture Road, Cecil Hills.
For the best price and 2-pack Bacon Enamel Respray, just say One Day Auto Paint. From $699 or 6 months interest-free finance, just say One Day Auto Paint. For rust repairs and pink slips, come to One Day Auto Paint. 146 Silverwater Road, Silverwater.
All right, guys, the D is great, but we can't win if we don't score.
Okay.
3-on-1 break. He scores! Back the other way. Scored! Down court again. He scores! Whoa! This is incredible!
You're kidding, right?
Jack for 3! Unbelievable! And after 7 overtimes, we're still tied. Looks like we're going to shoot free throws to settle this one.
Back at Market Square Arena, fourth quarter. Let's pick up the action. 7:10 left in regulation. Indiana up 83-73.
Pippen for 3. Yes. Scottie Pippen. 22 points. And the Pacers lead 83-73.
Scotty knows right now with Jordan on the bench, he only has one other offensive player out on the court for him. At least he's shooting this is saying.
And Reggie Miller with his 4th from downtown. He's 4 of 10. From beyond the three-point line, Miller has 24. Longley with the ball fake. Goes at Smith again. Nice move by Luke Longley. Indiana 86 and Chicago 75.
Beautiful move by Luke, who feels when he gets the ball in that post offense, it's for him to score. It isn't always, but when he can make that kind of move, it's very effective.
Miller, he thought he was fouled by Myers. Continues the discussion as he moves to the defensive end. Corey Blunt, Scottie Pippen, met by the double team. Good defense by the Pacers. Myers rejected by Dale Davis. Longley with the save, but it's a 24-second violation. A show the ball move by Jordan. Now guarded by McKee. Longley off the nice entry pass from Jordan.
Terrific, and Michael, I appreciated that move by Longley to keep moving and then stop dead in the lane with the defender on his back. That's why he got such good position.
Pacers 86 and the Bulls 77. McKee went underneath the hoop. Armstrong has a 3-on-2. Pacers able to hustle back. Pippen. Scottie Pippen driving the lane. And it's down to a 7-point Pacer lead.
Just hanging around, and that's dangerous when you have number 45 on the floor.
6-0 run by Chicago. Miller, yes! That's a 2-pointer. The quick release of Reggie Miller extends to an 88-79 Indiana lead. 26 points for Miller. Jordan throwing glass. Indiana 88, Chicago 81. 15 for Michael Jordan.
The Pacers right now really don't have an inside-outside game. You could throw it into McKee and possibly get a double team, but that's why it's been hard for Reggie Miller to get a lot of shots up this year.
Miller gets up another one. Pippen with the rebound. 7-point deficit. Chicago in possession. Jordan gets it to Pippen. There's Corey Blunt, and he drew the foul. Non-shooting foul on Antonio Davis, who departs, replaced by Dale Davis. 3:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. 7-point Indiana lead. They've led by as many as 18. Pippen for 3. Rebound block. Armstrong backs to 3-point territory, and he hit it. The lead is down to 5. Jackson calls for time with 2:44 remaining in the fourth quarter.
The Pacers lead by only 5, 88-83, 2:20 left in regulation.
McKee with the roll. A clutch shot by Derek McKee. He now has 16 with 2:03 left in the fourth. The Pacers lead 90-83, and the Bulls take a timeout. Timeout rundown. Chicago 3 and a 20. Indiana 2 and a 20. The Bulls in possession. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. Jordan swings to the jumper. Rebound, Longley puts it on the floor and drew the foul.
Luke Longley went to the line. The Australian hit 1 of 2 free throws.
Talking to Chicago players. Jordan with the steal. Michael Jordan going. Stood off the block and it drew the foul. Looked like he would challenge Smits. Pressure by Chicago. A minute 35 remaining in the fourth. Indiana is led by as many as 18. Armstrong with a steal. Feeding Pippen. Scottie Pippen for a 3-point lead. And you can hear the Chicago contingent applauding the efforts of the Bulls. It's down at 3 with a minute and 15 remaining in the fourth. Smits. And it's tipped home. Reggie Miller with 28, and he gives Indiana a 5-point lead.
Well, the Bulls have been so successful with the pressure defense, and then down by 3, they gambled one too many times, but that's the first 2 points for Indiana in the second half off the glass.
Under a minute remaining, fourth quarter. Pippen. Yes, that's a 2-pointer for Scottie Pippen. Pacers 92, the Bulls 89. We are down to 45 seconds in the fourth quarter. Jordan looking for the steal on Smits. 10 on the shot clock. Jackson, played by Armstrong. Shot clock at 5. McKee forced it. Handled by Block. And the ball in the hands of Jordan. 25 seconds remaining. The pick set by Longley. There's Pippen for 3. Yes! The Bulls have come from 18 down, and the game is tied at 92. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Larry Brown waving off the timeout. They're just going to play it out. Down to 10. Jackson, guarded by Armstrong. Down to 5. Sets up Miller. And a foul on Jordan. Michael did not want to make the contact. Both Jordan and Miller are shaken up. For Jackson. Back to McKee for the shot. And we go to overtime. The Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers head to an overtime session at Market Square.
Chicago forward Scottie Pippen is one of the best all-around players in the NBA. The 5-time All-Star is currently the NBA steal leader, averaging 2.89 per game. Let's find out if Scottie and the Chicago Bulls can steal one from the Indiana Pacers in our Game of the Week.
If Mike was here right now, he'd want to be like me, because I'm the man.
Yeah, you the man.
Don't do this in my house. He'd be serving me.
Hey, I play you for that Gatorade.
I'm down.
Gatorade, the one with the minerals and energy, the energy and fluids are slamming the thirst inside of me. Gatorade, thirst quench, you gotta get in some.
Oh! Where's my Gatorade?
Nothing slams a deep down body thirst better than Gatorade. Absolutely nothing.
How about some ball?
Oh, I can play this game.
Oh, he can't play that game.
Sydney is running out of landfill areas for rubbish. What you mightn't know is that over 20% of the problem is garden and wood waste. But there is a solution. Compost your garden waste at home, or separate it from other rubbish. Bring it into your local waste management centre. It'll be turned into compost and reused on Sydney's garden. So, become a sorter and help us clean up Sydney.
NBA Super Slams 2. More spectacular slams and jams from all your favorite players. NBA Super Slams 2. Get it now.
Now there's a soap made with a blend of nature's ingredients that feels completely different on your skin. New Palmolive. Extra nourishing with vitamin E. Extra conditioning with aloe vera. And extra softening with peach kernel oil. So if you really want to feel the difference between one soap and another, use New Palmolive. The natural way to that feeling of soft, smooth skin.
I bought something new for tonight, George. Now tell me the truth, because I can always take it back. So, what do you think?
Wow, that's pretty schmick. Where did you get that? I mean, I like your old one, but...
Oh, George.
Yeah, that's really different. Oh, get up, you big wuss.
Things have a new pack. They're not as thick as some.
He specializes in danger.
Nice boots.
Yes, they look good on you.
And deals in death.
These are high stakes for both of us, my friend.
So buckle up for the ride of your life. That was incredible. Fortune Hunter, 7:30 Thursday on 10.
Don't touch that dial. Reebok and Saturday Basketball on the One for Fun.
The Bulls pulled off a beautiful run to send the game into OT. We pick up the action, 3:15 left in the extra session, game tied at 94.
Michael Jordan. And the game is tied at 94. 17 for Jordan. Chicago 1-4 in overtime games this season. Pacers have won 2, they've lost 1. Stuck with the answer. Comes right back at Jordan. And the Pacers lead 96-94. Just under 3 minutes to go in overtime.
Well, the Bulls had a lot of success coming down the stretch with just spreading the floor and creating that kind of penetration.
Now Davis ripping it down. Rebound number 19 for Davis. Trying to get it to Smith. And the matchup, Jordan against Scott. Waves wildly over. Goes to the crossover. Changes his mind. Did not force it. Pippen. Air ball. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Smith. Chicago maintains possession with 4 on the 24.
It's so typical of the Chicago offense. When they try to run something set, they invariably wear down the shot clock and wind up having to take tough shots like that.
Timeout is being called. 2:14 left in overtime. The Pacers lead by 2.
Dale Davis was fouled by Corey Blunt. He went to the line, banked in 1 of 2, 97-94, Indiana.
Isolate Jordan on Scott. Yes. Michael Jordan comes up hobbling. Cuts it down to 1. A minute 32 remaining in overtime. Indiana 2 of 6 from the field in overtime. Here comes Reggie Miller. So Reggie Miller, who appeared to be through for the rest of the game, is limping his way back out of the court. Shot clock at 8. Mark Jackson. Providing the Pacers with a 3-point lead.
A big gamble there by B.J. Armstrong really wasn't necessary. He took himself out of the play and left Mark Jackson wide open to play a solid game.
Yes, 10 points and 10 assists for Jackson. And a foul is called.
On Jackson,
on Jackson.
First
for the
of the
Pacers there.
22 minutes on the Pacers.
Their 4th team foul. The next foul for either club would put them over the limit. Indiana by 3. 40 seconds left in overtime. Scott made contact with Gavin. Yes, and it counts. Indiana by 5. 29 seconds to go in overtime. 3-point play for Scott. And the Bulls will take a timeout. It's the Pacers 102, the Bulls 96.
Vern Fleming hit one of 2 free throws. The Bulls with possession.
Chicago with a great burst in the fourth quarter, coming back, sent the game into overtime off the scoring of Scottie Pippen in the fourth quarter. Pippen coming up short. Time running down. 3 seconds to go. It will be Indiana ball. Pippen with 41 to lead Chicago. Miller with 28 and a gallant effort for the Pacers, who have won it in overtime. 103 to 96.
I think it's safe to say that that was not a showcase Michael Jordan performance. But since then, he's played his second game at the Boston Garden. Here's the CNN report.
Michael came out on the court, and Larry Bird going, you know, I've seen that guy before. I played against him, didn't I? And then he saw it. He goes, yeah, I know who it is. It's Michael Jordan. Jordan hot right from the get-go in this game. Wide open with a 3. He swishes it. He was feeling it. But maybe just a little too much. Michael had 3 quick fouls. Maybe he hasn't gotten that hand-checking rule down on defense yet. He'd be back, though, Jordan, with a fadeaway. That thing is money. And then top of the circle, the swish. 6 of 9 in the first half. And a little wink to boot. Keep your eye on Jordan now. Ball fake. Scottie at the receiving end. Glasses it to the Bulls up by 15 at the break. Then third quarter, well, you got to pay him back. Scottie, the alley-oop feed. The first jam for Jordan since coming back. That was a reverse camera angle. We didn't see if the tongue was out. We assume that it was. Now keep your eye on Mike again. The pick and roll. The feed to Luke Longley. Nobody around him. And it was that kind of night. We didn't show any Celtics highlights because really there weren't any. Mike and the Bulls owned this show 124 to 107 the final. Michael nailing his first 6 shots tonight and scoring 27.
And as we speak, Michael Jordan is playing in his first home game since he's been back, and guess who his opponent is? Shaquille O'Neal and the Orlando Magic. Should be a barn burner. Well, let's have a look at the ladder where the Magic are on top of the Atlantic, and they are one of 2 teams who have secured a playoff berth already. The Knicks have done so as well. They're playing some great basketball, the Knicks, and they're just 6 games back. We go to the pack of teams below them, and they're all below 500, way below 500. The Central, Charlotte and Indiana are neck and neck for top spot. Cleveland just 4 back. Chicago 6.5 back. Detroit bringing up the rear in that conference. The Midwest, Utah have got a 1.5 game lead over San Antonio. Houston are starting to pick their skills up again. Denver 17 games back, and then we go to 30, and that's the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Pacific, Phoenix are on top. Seattle 3 games back. The Lakers 8. Portland are hanging on to their playoff spot, and the Kings, they look like they're just about out of it. And the Clippers, will they ever be a serious contender in this league? Well, what the Clippers need is a superstar, but I doubt if they'll ever get one. And if you want an autograph of a superstar, I'm talking Patrick Ewing or Akeem Olajuwon, this is all you have to do. Remember, it's the last week.
Saturday Basketball and Linton V. Harris present your chance to win one of 2 special prizes. Imagine you're one of few, if any, people in Australia to have an NBA ball autographed by Houston legend Akeem Olajuwon, or an autographed Patrick Ewing ball from the Knicks. To win the ball signed by Akeem, dial 0055 60627. To win the ball signed by Patrick, dial 0055 60628. They're the numbers. These are the prizes. Good luck.
Going to school with Michael Jordan. Required classes. Physics.
Vertical leap times acceleration equals first.
Speech.
Give him a little.
Physiology. Learn the thirst-quenching effects of Gatorade. Now that you've done your homework...
You got game, you got game, you got no game.
Where there's kids, there's dirt. And where there's dirt, there's germs. And the easiest way to get rid of germs is new Soft Wash Antibacterial. Yes, just 1 pump of Soft Wash will kill them dead. The germs, not the kids.
Excuse me? This is Green Day. Longview. Basket case. When I come around. around. Punk rock, Smelly Sun. Dookie, the album. Get it or get lost.
It's Fleets out the door sale. Ray-Bans out the door. Olay's half price out the door. Skiwear out the door. It's Fleets out the door sale. Fleets 154 Parramatta Road, Ashfield.
New on video, NBA Super Slams 2. More spectacular slams and jams from all your favorite players. NBA Super Slams 2. Get it now.
Commencing March the 31st, it's the Test Series that will decide who holds the international cricketing crown. For the first time, Mark Taylor will captain Australia against the firepower of a Windies Test side. After the Windies' domination of the one-day games, Lara and Warner facing off for a history-making Test encounter. See all the action live and free to air. Direct from the West Indies.
We've saved our best for last as we bring you our top 10 plays of the week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In our courtside countdown. Tim Hardaway might be out for the rest of the season due to surgery, but he still had time for one last killer crossover. At number 9, Stacey Augmon is one high-flying hawk that lives up to his nickname.
Augmon. Oh, Stacey! A little plastic man special.
Now, if a Seattle Supersonics game is the greatest show on earth, then Gary Payton is definitely the ringmaster.
Put them over the back of his head. It looks like it's a circus shot with no prayer, but he knocks those doggone things down.
At number 7, we're in Portland, where Jerome sends it home as Kersey shows no mercy.
Jerome, give it to him. Take a bow.
It looks like the Rockets are once again ready for another run at the NBA championship.
There's the steal by Burton. Oh, that's called playing basketball.
At number 5, the Lakers need a 3. So who do they call? Their three-point threat, Sedale 3.
Beat the clock. Hey, did it. Sedale 3.
These young and talented Mavericks are dazzling them in Dallas. And these kids are sure having fun doing it.
Williams, 2-kid, leaves the ball for Mashburn. Up and under. What a play by Mashburn. They're getting very entertaining.
At number 3, a penny to Shaq alley-oop isn't always a guarantee. Just ask DC.
Play by Coleman on the block. O'Neal.
To Indiana, where the Pacers put on a passing exhibition. It's so pretty that it even paralyzes the Magic.
Now he throws it away. There's the good pressure. Miller tried to save it. He saved it to Scott. Oh, my!
And our number 1 play of the week. How's this for a game winner as Pippen blows by the Bucks?
Gets it back. Pip, Pip with a crusher.
Well, that was definitely a high percentage.